Hi guys, this is your girl Glamlashy and welcome back to my channel. But I'm just gonna go ask Shaya. So as you guys can see, the setup is a little different. This ain't your average makeup tutorial, get ready with me, try on haul. This is a mukbang / pillow talk. Me and my boyfriend here are going to be doing these pillow talk series where we just tackle different topics. So it could be like just a topic we came up with, or it'll be like on the latest news in the media. So we came up on some tea, and with Fantasia, you know, she's getting a lot of backlash, but her and her man confirmed what they really were talking about. You want to give them the backstory? Because I don't know too much. I guess she was on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I guess she was on the Breakfast Club not too long ago, and she said I didn't see the video myself, but basically she said it's okay to be submissive to your man. And, you know, basically when she said that, it kind of threw people off.
Yeah.
Angela Yee was like, can we just be equal? And some other shit, whatever she said. You know, basically when you go on the Breakfast Club, they pretty much are just there to contradict anything you say. But, I guess that particular comment sparked some controversy. And we're kind of just going to go on and analyze it a little bit more. We're going to watch her response video to all the backlash and kind of give you all the play-by-play and then put our little 2 cents in. You know, if you care to hear. You must be, since you're here. Press the like button also while you're here.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, yes. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. So let's go ahead and get started. Get right into it.
So, I have the video here. And me and Bear are going to watch it.
Okay. So, we talk a lot. I just got home, he just got home. We were in New York for Fashion Week, and then he had to fly out to go speak at the prisons, and I had to continue to keep working. So, I went up to the Breakfast Club, and I enjoyed it, and
proud of you too.
thanks, babe. We were just wrapping it up, talking, and I was speaking. Yeah, so when I got back home, he had kind of said something that piggybacked off what I was saying, and I thought it was so dope coming from the male perspective that I felt like the male and the female should hear, so
here's the issue. Submission is supposed to be a beautiful song and dance between two lovers. What's happened is men have abused that power. Forgive me, they've abused that gift. And we have been misled to think that it's something where it's a dominant spirit and we own every decision, we dictate everything, we rule with an iron fist. First of all, that's not love. What happens is, in my marriage, let me not speak for everybody, my marriage, I submit daily to the Most High. I stay in my scriptures. I continue to feed myself with things to help me build my character, to reshape my perspective that was messed up in the streets and dealing with different propaganda and programming and things like that, so that I can come to my wife from a pure position. So when I do that, and she sees me and she witnesses over time that it's an authentic demonstration, her heart is moved and softened and compelled to submit to me. Yeah. What does that look like? That doesn't mean that I dictate every decision. I don't walk around the house saying what we're going to spend, how we're going to do it. We talk and we build. And I consider everything that's on her heart, her perspective, her position, her philosophy. I'll carefully weave that into my philosophy to figure out what's the best move for this family. Keeping all of that in mind. Now, the moment I start to step outside of righteousness and I start to move from a place of emotion instead of analytics, she has every right to snatch that back because submission is a gift. When she sees me laying at the foot of the Father, she has no reason to withhold that from me. The problem is this. Men are not found in positions of leadership handling it with integrity. How you gonna lead your wife if you can't balance a checkbook? If you don't know what's going on in the stock market? You don't have a sound understanding of the finances. You can't create a budget. You don't understand what's going on in the educational system in your community that's impacting your kids. In order to lead, you gotta be so far ahead of your family that by the time they come to you with a situation or a problem, you've already dived into it, done your due diligence so that you can give leadership. You don't lead from your genitals. You lead from a gentle place of understanding. And the more she trusts, the more she can let go of things that she don't have to deal with and focus on the things that edify her. It ain't about money. We both hustlers. It's not about a dollar for dollar thing because we're one unit. Yeah. If I fall, she falls. If she falls, I fall. Submission is solely about trust.
I think when women hear the word submission, we're like, what? Submitting? with my husband, like he said, to piggyback off what he just said, it was what he demonstrated. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't come in and say, all right, like he said, the budget is this for that, this and the third. I watched how he did things. I watched how he budgeted. I watched him, and then I slowly became him, and I succeeded in that. Yeah, now I think I'm more frugal than him, and that's not even being like gotta be frugal because we don't have it. It's just being smart. And the word, if you dig deep in the word with your partner, you'll start to see a lot of things that we're talking about. But yeah, I like that he broke that down because I'm a very strong woman. I like what I like. I'm very strong. But when it comes to allowing him to cover and lead this home, I sit back and allow him to do that, and it makes me better. Wow, that like
lead by example.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want your wife to be humble, walk in humility. If you want your wife to forgive you, be quick to forgive. If you want your wife to consider, following you down a specific path, prove to her that you got the blueprint and that she's not following you to some unknown destination. My wife don't have to follow anything that she don't see me demonstrating. So master the thing before you go out and try to teach it. It's like sometimes you see cats, as soon as they get a book and they read something, they start running trying to teach people on it, but you haven't applied it and gone through the proving grounds of being able to master that information yourself. So leadership is a forward thinking thing. And when you do that, women's natural instinct is going to be to trust, to be able to submit their hearts. But again, it's ain't a dominant thing.
nah.
And I want my wife cold as me, because if something ever happens to me, she don't like having
He
that
always
conversation.
say that.
If something ever happens to me, she need to know how to get that bag. She need to understand where the money's at. She need to know how to ask the right questions. I ain't telling you to ask nobody nothing. You tell them what belongs to you. She can't do that if I'm controlling everything. So my wife needs to be a correct female reflection of the man that I am. Facts.
Come on now.
You come on.
I always said the wise woman once told me, the older woman used to tell me, stop, boy.
Well,
The woman is the neck and the man is the head. And without the neck, the head can't move.
two heads is just a head, but see how that works. See how that works.
So yeah. And I'm gonna end it with this. We ain't perfect and we ain't trying to be perfect. We still growing. And we just wanna share that with all those out there that's still growing and want.
And get clarity. Don't be trying to twist my wife's words up.
Okay.
Yeah, that was interesting. You don't hear that too often.
Okay. First of all, I want to know you guys' opinions. So, in the comment section below, please tell me what you think about that video before you hear our point of views. So, babe, you want to go first? What do you think?
Oh yeah, since I'm supposed to lead, right? So here I go. Yeah, definitely. I think they got a good system working out for their relationship and their marriage. I mean, everybody's a little bit different. But there's a couple things I think he said that not only I've heard from him, but I heard from like a lot of older gentlemen. Like, it made a lot of sense. For example, you can't lead your wife down a path without showing to her that you're leading her down somewhere. You're not just leading her into the dark. Like, you know what I mean? Personally, I know because recently I started up a reselling business on eBay, and it was kind of like in the beginning when I was telling her about it, it was like, oh, it's gonna happen and this and that and X, Y, and Z. And then when she actually started seeing results, how fast I was making money, how everything worked, she was like, oh yeah, I can get used to this. I like this, teach me how to do this and show me how to do that. So definitely a lot of what they said was powerful, was true. So yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, I think when women hear submit, they automatically bring their minds to the gutter, think about something sexual, or they think like, oh, I'm gonna slaves. Like,
oh, just the I don't know, because they think, oh, like, basically they think they have no power, basically, and that they're slaves, and you're just supposed to stay home, take care of the kids, clean, cook, the old-fashioned things, and not really have a mind of their own. We're all human, so we all have minds of our own. We all have, desires. So we're not saying don't live your desire, don't live your dream. That's what you're trying to say, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not a slave. Submission and slavery, two different things. Right?
Personally, I have to submit daily to Shaya, you know, in a lot of different ways. Everything I have to get an okay for. You know, I'm still making a lot of decisions, but I never just go make a decision. I'm always getting her input, always getting her okay, always taking her criticisms, you know what I'm saying?
And likewise, it's not just a one-sided thing, so you guys don't think,
it's like it's a natural, healthy thing that should be happening.
Yeah, just like, even like when we're buying stuff, like when we make a purchase, this is even before we had children together, just when we started living together.
By the way, everything is better with Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah, we're having Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, and he's having Burger King. Well, I'm having Popeyes, he's having Chick-fil-A and Burger King, I'm having Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. So, yeah, once we start living together, we will just be like, oh, should I buy this? Or, you know, should I do this? Oh, ahead of time. Especially now that I have kids, I have to, like, you know, schedule everything out. I can't just go last minute unless he's here.
It was important that, you know, the gentleman, I don't know his name, he seems like he's a gentleman, had mentioned, was, you know, having your wife or your girlfriend or whatever the situation may be in the home, understand, you know, what to do, how to hold it down if you were to ever not be there. Like, you want to have prepared, okay, you know, this is where we have this account, this account, this account. You know, basic stuff, passwords of this, if you have a home security system, how to work that. Things that seem like so mundane every day that you might take care of as the man of the house, you should have her in on too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, if you have your gun license, if there's ever an emergency, you know, this is how that works. And just stuff like that, you know. So overall, my take on it is that if more people adopted this mentality, society would be healthier. Especially like, you know, black people. I feel like we really struggle in relationships, and we tend to hear words like submit and go right back to a slave mentality. Or
like, he is not running me.
Yeah, like dumb, like dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like.
So, I don't know.
He doesn't run me. I don't run him.
It's not.
We
like
run
that.
each other.
Yeah, it's not like that. Like, we run a family. So
Yeah.
I don't know what all the backlash is for. I think people these days and they just not educated. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a very deep, thought-provoking kind of like topic, and to me it's like common sense, but to a lot of people it's not gonna be. So I understand, but then again, I don't. You know, it's just ridiculous. Get over it.
My take on it is I totally agree what they were saying. Before, I used to think the same way that you guys probably think. Oh, I'm not submitting to no man. No man's telling me what to do. Oh, you know, because I'm gonna be honest, I was raised by a single mother and my grandparents around. So I seen her hold it down, and along with my grandparents' help. And she had that mentality. You know, rest her soul. But she had that mentality, and she tried to instill it in me until one day, like, you know, I was growing up and I was hearing different views. This even before we got together. I would tell her, like, that's not it. Like, that's not it. I think she says something like, oh, I run the house, so and so doesn't run the house. Like, I was like, Mom, no, you guys both have to run the house, because if not, that man is gonna be thinking he's a kid and he's just gonna be a leech, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Let a man be a man, because if you're not letting a man be a man, they're gonna be a kid, and you're gonna be taking care of what, 3-4 kids.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, so now I think that it's a unit thing. A man plays the man role and a woman plays the woman role. Not to say that you can't have your own businesses, but when it comes to family, he's the protector and the main provider. I could be a provider as well, and I am the nurturer.
Right. Like,
it's natural instinct.
Here's another example, right? Like, if you have young children, like infants, a couple months or a year or two, you know damn well, like, you have to submit to them. There's gonna be times where you have to submit to them. You can't, and nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Really, you're the parent, but those kids are running you 24/7. Like, and I'm not talking about like with
kids acting
kids at the store, acting out, being so blatantly disrespectful to their parents. You want to just snatch them up yourself, but like, I mean, you have to submit to them like in a way that they're gonna need to eat every 3 hours. Maybe they're crying, maybe this, maybe that, and that's just gonna make you a better, a more patient person. You know what I'm saying? You basically have to submit to their needs. Like, you might have to pick up another job, a part-time job, where you normally wouldn't be working those type of hours for your kids, but you submit to them. The same way your kids will have to submit to you as children when they come into an age of reasoning. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about like, oh, I'm better, or we need to be equal. Like, people need to get this idea of equalness out of their heads. Like, nobody is equal. Everybody is just at the level that they're at. Like, people need to stop trying to be equal. I think fairness is okay.
That's what they need to be talking about. Right. Fairness.
Fairness is okay, but equality is not fairness. It was like I was saying to Shaya the other day. Okay, let's say you're me, and you work 2 jobs, and you're trying to start a small business, and at the end of the week, I don't know, I'm just throwing out a number, say I take $300 home, right? Is it fair that everybody has to be equal, even though maybe you just stood home all day and you sat around and you smoked blunts and you didn't do nothing? You should get the same $300 that I made at work all week just to be equal? No, that's not fair. You didn't do anything. The government should just cut you a check for not doing nothing, unless you have some type of disability. So it would be equal if you got that $300, but no, it would not be fair.
Okay, so yeah, that's our general take on it. I believe women should submit to their man, and a man should make a woman feel safe. And also what you're saying about the kid thing, yeah, you submit. I don't think it's, some women have to do what they have to do because certain situations, like the dad's not a good father, or, he's just not there, then you have to do what you have to do and you can't be there. But if you do have the opportunity to stay at home with your kids and, take care of them their first few months or even their first year, I think it's a good thing. Like, because we're the nurturers. Like, they came from our bodies. They need us still. Like, they need us still. Like, yes, Dad, say it was just Ian and the kids. Yes, Dad, da-da-da. But you see a different bond between them and their father and them and me. Like, Nami, like, she loves Ian, and she wants to be all over Ian. Sometimes she even cries for Ian. But when it's time to go to sleep, who she want to cuddle with? Me. And same for Lex. Oh, sometimes they want to go with Grandma too.
Yeah, a lot of times they be wanting to go with Grandma.
Grandma too.
Grandma always got magic. Like,
because guess what? Because women are nurturers, and kids could just keen. They just have that sense. They could sense the difference and a different kind of love. But yeah, so I think it's a good thing to stay home with your kids. I be seeing that all the time, and even sometimes I feel bad. I'm like, damn, I'm really not doing anything. I'm just home with the kids. Like the other day, I had like a little little breakdown, little meltdown.
Little mini meltdown.
Mini meltdown. And I was just like telling Ian, like, I'm nothing but a mother. And he was like, listen to yourself. What do you mean that you're, you know, like it's not important? I was saying it as if it's nothing, like, you know, as if it's just some random job or odd job.
Like society has tricked people into thinking that being a housewife is easy and it's like a meaningless task. You know,
it's not easy.
If we had better housewives and, you know, better fathers, the world would be a much better place. You know, people would be more educated, there'd be less violence, people would be more hardworking, and people would respect family more. Like, you know what I mean? This is why we see people wilding out and acting out on the internet for attention and just, you know, a lot of BS. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said to her the other day, she had her little, you know, mini meltdown. What's wrong with being a mom? Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not.
A lot of those people who are pushing that message of when you're young, go out, get your career, and you know, later in life, they're not happy. You know, they're not happy as they're saying those things. But because misery loves company, they'll spread the message. So, you know, just stay above the traps, that's all.
So, yeah.
I think we pretty much, we killed that one. We had another topic we were supposed to get into. I don't want to start rambling or nothing. What were we going to do? 6ix9ine, right?
Yeah, he's snitching.
He's snitching. Yeah, but it's like...
Based off your opinion here.
So, the nigga is snitching, right? But what expectations did y'all really have for this guy? Like, are you serious? He's not... I hate to say this, but he ain't about that life. He's not, like... I mean, those
colorful hair.
He's not he's not a gangster. I can't say I wasn't there, but I doubt he was directly killing anybody. Like, from what I heard from the Jim Jones video that recently leaked, I don't know if you heard it, Shaya. He was never... Okay, so... A lot of y'all probably heard the video if you even know about this topic, but...
I don't know too much about it.
Come on, he wasn't out putting in no work.
Who, Jim Jones or...
No. So I don't know if a lot of y'all saw like the Jim Jones video that was recently leaked. Or he was talking to another dude about Shoddy and, you know, going on TMZ and all that shit. But they made it sound like basically what it was from the start, that they was using him as a goyim. Like, he was the money. He was never really a gangbanger or nothing like that.
Wait,
like,
he was part of Jim Jones' crew or something?
Yeah, I guess it was all loosely affiliated as Bloods or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like, I can understand it for like us, the people. We're gonna meme it and laugh at them. But anybody who's at home like, oh, I'm offended or surprised, or any of the other people in the industry who's like, have worked with him and is now talking about, oh, you know, you can't do this, or talking, you know, death before dishonor, or any type of shit like that. Like, come on, y'all knew he was not about that. Y'all all know what it was from the start.
Nah.
A bunch of old goonies taking advantage of this little dude. Like, we all knew the first time something happened, if something did happen. And we inevitably had seen something was gonna happen. That he was gonna snitch. So, this is like, I don't know why people was acting so surprised by this. His music was never really good. He's just a little troll. Like, he's not, come on.
That's... Jay don't give up.
Jay don't give up. See, she's about to start her rap career.
Shay don't give up. Well, I really don't care. It's really... I just thought it was funny. The memes were funny. But honestly, I don't care. Yeah! Anything else you want to say, babe? Because I don't care. I don't know too much about it. I just know he was snitching. I've seen a bunch of hilarious memes. And that's it. I'd rather not hear a whole parody of this other man video. coming out of your mouth.
This is what I'm not about to pair about Choke No Joke, the legendary producer, if you're wondering who she's.
I'm about to not use my channel to be no Choke No Joke.
It's not snitching, right? If, say I did something. I did a robbery, I did a murder, I did whatever that was illegal. You know, a drug deal, you know, illegal. So, and they pick somebody else up for it. And the person happens to know that I did it. And they had nothing to do with this. But they got picked up for it. If that person names me, that's not snitching. Because as a real dude...
Choke No Joke video down below, description box.
Yo, listen. I've always felt this way. I'm sorry. She's gonna say that, but this is...
No, because I swear, every time he watch somebody's video,
this is not...
he think he them. Okay, guys, so... I'm tired.
I ain't never seen no blooper reel in your videos.
Because you haven't watched my recent ones.
Because you don't want to show them to me, that's why.
If you're a real fan, you will watch. And you already be subscribed. Hit that notification.
I am subscribed.
You got that notification bell? Okay, guys, if you enjoy these videos, there's going to be more like this. Even better videos.
With more Chick-fil-A.
Probably not mukbang next time. It was our first mukbang, guys, so be nice. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There will be plenty more like this. I'm trying to get a schedule where I drop videos like, you know, every Saturday and every Tuesday. So Saturday will be like my fashion video. Every Tuesday will be like my pillow talks. We're gonna start like that, and then once we get in the hang of things, we're going to be doing Monday through Friday pillow talks. Yeah, but right now,
regular pillow talks regularly for you on the reg.
We're still trying to get this. I just think
like, share, subscribe, and you know, choke your girlfriend out.
Going to jail. Hot grits tomorrow morning.
Peace out.